Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back to another out of this world story from Mr. Fictionality, the Symphony of Freedom. In this story, the love story between Mia and Sebastian is intertwined with the fate of Caesar, an intelligent ape who has become a symbol of the struggle for freedom. A chance encounter amidst coffee and curious eyes. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee hung heavy in the air, mingling with the sterile scent of disinfectant that permeated the Primate Research Center. Mia, her bright eyes sparkling with a flicker of nervous excitement, navigated the maze of corridors, a tray of steaming mugs clutched in her hand. She was a waitress, a temporary job at the research center, a far cry from her dreams of dazzling the silver screen. But the bills needed paying, and a girl's gotta eat, even if her aspirations soared far beyond the confines of this utilitarian building. Her destination was the observation room, where a group of scientists were meticulously documenting the behavior of a troop of chimpanzees housed in a spacious, if somewhat sterile, enclosure. Mia navigated the heavy metal door, a symphony of clicks and whirs heralding her arrival. The scientists, clad in white coats, barely acknowledged her presence, their focus entirely on the subjects within the enclosure. But one chimpanzee, a particularly imposing male with intelligent, dark eyes, seemed to notice her arrival. He sat upright, his gaze fixed on Mia as she approached, a silent, almost unnerving scrutiny. His name, she learned later, was Caesar. He's the most intelligent of the lot, Dr. Evans, the lead researcher, remarked without turning, his voice muffled by the mask over his mouth. He's the one we're administering the experimental drug to. Mia's heart skipped a beat. She had stumbled upon something far beyond the usual mundane duties of her part-time job. The drug, she understood in hushed whispers from the scientists, was designed to enhance cognitive abilities, a controversial experiment with far-reaching implications. As she served the coffee, she found herself drawn to Caesar. He watched her with an intensity that bordered on empathy, his dark eyes reflecting a world of unspoken thoughts and emotions. In that moment, a flicker of understanding ignited within Mia, a feeling that despite the vast chasm between their species, a connection, however fragile, existed. It was the beginning of a fascination that would blossom into something far more profound, something that would intertwine her life and the life of a jazz musician named Sebastien with the fate of a chimpanzee who held the key to a revolution. Sebastian's Symphony of Rebellion. Sebastien, a gifted jazz musician with eyes that held the melancholic blues of 1,000 lost dreams, stumbled upon Mia's world quite by accident. He'd been playing a gig at a dingy bar down the road from the research center when he heard the whispers, the stories of the intelligent apes, and the controversial drug experiment. It sparked something within him, a wild, primal rhythm that pulsed in his fingertips and translated into a poignant, melancholic jazz tune. The music, a whirlwind of discordant notes and yearning melodies, was a cry for freedom, a reflection of the apes' caged existence and the human ambition that trapped them. The world of the research center, the sterile confines, the hope for scientific discovery, the hidden ethical dilemmas, were all interwoven within the symphony of his soul. He shared his composition with Mia one evening, the raw emotion seeping into the cafe's quiet atmosphere. Mia, her heart already touched by Caesar's intelligent eyes, was captivated by Sebastian's music. It perfectly captured the essence of the ape's plight, the silent plea for liberation echoing within the discordant notes. "It's like they're trying to tell us something," Mia said, her voice barely above a whisper, her eyes reflecting the complexities of the music. "Like they're begging us to understand." Sebastian's music became a bridge between their worlds. It was a catalyst, a spark that ignited a shared purpose. Mia, fueled by her dreams of stardom and a growing compassion for Caesar, saw an opportunity. A way to use her budding connections in the entertainment industry to amplify the ape story. A way to bring the tale of Caesar and his fellow primates to the attention of a wider audience. Caged lives, shared dreams. Caesar watched them, Mia and Sebastian, their interactions a strange, captivating dance of hope and frustration. He saw the ambition in their eyes, the yearning for something more, something beyond the mundane routines of their lives. He saw Sebastien tirelessly compose, his fingers dancing across the keys, weaving tales untold. He saw Mia serving coffee, dreaming of glamorous red carpets and glittering spotlights. Yet her genuine empathy resonated with Caesar. Humans, he realized, were imprisoned in their own cages, the cages of ambition, fear, and societal expectations. He began to study them, their rituals, their laughter, their tears. He observed the way they interacted, the way they built their hopes and shattered their dreams. He began to see the parallels between his own captive existence and theirs. He understood the concept of freedom, not just as the absence of physical restraints, but as the ability to live authentically, to pursue one's own dreams without external limitations. And he wondered, if humans could yearn for freedom in their own way, why couldn't apes? Why couldn't they aspire to a destiny beyond their captivity? The seed of rebellion bloomed within his intelligent mind, a spark of defiance, ignited by the music he heard through the walls of his enclosure, the music that mirrored his own silent cry for liberation. United by a symphony of hope, Mia's idea took root. A concert, a spectacular event at the heart of the city, where Sebastian's music would be the soundtrack to a powerful message. A message of compassion, a call to action for the protection of intelligent primates. She envisioned a stage where the melodies would intertwine with the urgent need for change, where Caesar's story would be brought to life. The idea was met with skepticism, even ridicule. A chimpanzee concert? Scoffed some. A ridiculous notion. But Mia persisted, fueled by Sebastian's music, her growing conviction, and the haunting gaze of Caesar that lived in her memory. She used her charm, her tenacity, and her burgeoning connections to secure a venue, a stage, and a platform for her grand vision. She convinced Sebastien to play his heart out, to translate the essence of Caesar's plight into a symphony of yearning and defiance. Caesar, too, played his part. He learned to communicate through sign language, his expressive eyes relaying a powerful message of hope and resistance. He began to teach his fellow chimpanzees, passing down his newfound understanding of human society and a belief in the possibility of shaping their own destiny. The concert became a symbol of hope, a testament to the shared desire for freedom, be it a human searching for creative expression or a chimpanzee struggling for liberation. The shadow of success and a fractured dream. The concert was a resounding success. The audience was moved. Sebastian's music, raw and emotive, resonated with the crowd. The message of primate rights, amplified by Caesar's powerful presence, resonated even further. Mia's star began to rise. But amidst the euphoria, a subtle shift occurred in the dynamics between Mia and Sebastian. Mia's newfound fame, her burgeoning career in the entertainment industry, began to overshadow their shared dream. She was offered a lucrative deal to star in a Hollywood film, a chance to finally fulfill her aspirations. Sebastien, meanwhile, was consumed by the idea of crafting a screenplay about Caesar, a story that would bring the ape's struggle to a wider audience. He pleaded with Mia to share his vision, to help him bring Caesar's story to the big screen. But Mia, her head in the clouds of opportunity, brushed his concerns aside. Her focus was now firmly on her own career. The once harmonious melody of their shared dream became discordant, a symphony of unmet expectations and unfulfilled promises. Their love, once a vibrant jazz tune, started to fade, becoming a muted ballad of disappointment. The whispers of a dark threat. The success of the concert did not go unnoticed. A group of shadowy businessmen, men whose intentions were as murky as the depths of the ocean, saw in the apes a new, lucrative avenue for their illicit enterprises. They were interested in using Caesar and his fellow chimpanzees for their own nefarious purposes, exploiting their enhanced cognitive abilities for illegal scientific research and experimentation. Their arrival in the city created a sense of unease, a palpable tension that seeped into the streets and alleyways. Mia felt it, a chilling premonition echoing in her heart. She knew, deep down, that their success had attracted the attention of forces that were far darker than she could have imagined. Sebastien, too, sensed the shift, the ominous presence that had settled upon the city like a dark cloud. He knew his music had inadvertently stirred a hornet's nest, and the consequences could be dire. Mia and Sebastian, their differences temporarily forgotten, found themselves united once more, this time by a shared fear for Caesar and the future of the primates. They knew they had to protect the ape who had become a symbol of their own shared ideals. A secret alliance and a whispered rebellion. Mia, using her newly acquired connections, began to investigate the shadowy businessmen. The information she gathered was chilling. She learned of their plans, their intentions to capitalize on the apes' enhanced cognitive abilities for illicit purposes. Meanwhile, Caesar continued his clandestine rebellion. He taught his fellow primates to communicate in a unique language of gestures and calls, a language that was both a cry for freedom and a means of survival. He shared stories of the humans, their hopes, their failures, their innate capacity for both kindness and cruelty. The apes, inspired by Caesar's resilience and his unwavering belief in their own potential, began to stand up for themselves. They tested the limits of their captivity, challenging the authority of their captors. Mia and Sebastian, realizing the depth of the threat, decided to join forces with Caesar. They knew their individual talents could be combined to fight for the apes' freedom. Mia used her influence in the movie industry to bring awareness to Caesar's story, using her fame to expose the businessmen's sinister plans. Sebastian, meanwhile, continued to compose, his music becoming a beacon of hope and an anthem of rebellion. Their secret alliance was a fragile thread, a delicate balance of trust and mutual understanding, bridging the gap between two worlds that were, seemingly, irreconcilably different. The jazz of freedom and the awakening of conscience. Sebastian's next performance became a pivotal moment in their fight for the apes' freedom. He incorporated Caesar's story into his music, blending the raw emotion of jazz with snippets of the ape's life, his silent struggles, and his ardent desire for liberation. He collaborated with filmmakers, incorporating interviews with Caesar, using sign language interpreters to convey the ape's thoughts and feelings. The performance became a moving testament to the intelligence and emotional depth of primates, a stark counterpoint to the dehumanizing treatment they had endured. The audience, captivated by the music and Caesar's plight, began to see the apes not as mere subjects of scientific experimentation, but as sentient beings worthy of respect and freedom. Their hearts were awakened, their minds open to the idea that true freedom was not a concept limited to the human race. The performance was a powerful catalyst for change, a wake-up call to the world. It was a reminder that art could be a weapon against injustice, a voice for those who could not speak for themselves. The climax, a melody of resistance. The businessmen, their plans thwarted by Mia's efforts and Sebastian's music, retaliated. They staged a vicious attack on the research center, attempting to reclaim their stolen property, the apes and their heightened cognitive capacities. A fierce confrontation ensued, a clash between those who sought to control and those who fought for liberation. The climax was a chaotic whirlwind of sounds and fury, a tense musical showdown that blended the haunting melodies of Sebastian's jazz with the raw, primal screams of the apes defending their freedom. Former employees of the research center, corrupted by the allure of profit and power, fought against Mia, Sebastian, and the apes. The air crackled with tension, the music punctuated by the sounds of conflict. The battle was fierce, the odds stacked against Mia, Sebastian, and the apes. Yet, through the combined power of their music, their unwavering determination, and the raw energy of the apes' newfound courage, they managed to hold their ground. The audience, witnessing the events unfold, was moved beyond measure. The music, the message, and the sight of the apes fighting for their dignity resonated with them, a powerful symphony of hope and resistance. A new reality. The victory was bittersweet. The businessmen were apprehended, their plans foiled. But the scars of their cruelty remained. Mia became a star, but her stardom was different now. She used her platform to champion the rights of primates, to advocate for their welfare and freedom. She produced a critically acclaimed documentary about Caesar and the other apes, a film that became a catalyst for a global conversation about animal rights. Sebastian, too, found his purpose, He opened a jazz club dedicated to fighting for freedom, a vibrant space where music and activism went hand in hand. He continued to compose, his music a constant reminder of the ongoing struggle against oppression. Together, Mia and Sebastian, their relationship revitalized by a shared purpose, taught the world that true freedom was not just about personal ambition, but about recognizing and supporting the inherent right to freedom in all sentient beings. Their lives became intertwined with the story of Caesar, a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of music, and a poignant reminder that the pursuit of freedom is a journey that requires both courage and compassion, a journey that transcends species and unites us all in a shared symphony of hope. The story of Mia, Sebastian, and Caesar echoed through the city, a testament to the power of music, the resilience of the human spirit, and the astonishing intelligence and inherent right to freedom of all living beings. It was a story that became a beacon of hope for all those who sought liberation, a symphony of freedom that resonated far beyond the confines of the Primate Research Center, a melody that would continue to inspire and resonate for generations to come. Join us today on Mr. Fictionality. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you don't miss our next video. See you soon.